Most people over 60 think waking up tired is just part of aging. But here's the shocking truth: chronic morning fatigue may not be about getting older at all. In fact, doctors are now uncovering silent causes that are entirely preventable, yet no one talks about them. What if the reason you wake up groggy, achy, and drained has nothing to do with your age but everything to do with a hidden internal trigger that starts to malfunction after 60? And what if fixing it only takes 30 seconds each morning? Thousands have reversed their morning fatigue without medication, expensive sleep gadgets, or changing their entire routine. In this video, we'll reveal what really causes post-60 exhaustion, the biggest myths keeping people stuck, and the simple protocol now being hailed by researchers as a game-changer for vitality. Stay with us, because by the end, you'll have the tools to wake up feeling like you did 20 years ago. As people cross the threshold of 60, many begin to notice a persistent decline in energy that seems to have no clear explanation. The body feels heavier in the morning, the mind slower to focus, and simple daily tasks become more draining than before. While this fatigue is often dismissed as a normal part of aging, science reveals it's the result of several underlying physiological changes. One of the most critical factors is mitochondrial decline. Mitochondria are the energy-producing powerhouses in our cells, and as we age, they become less efficient due to oxidative stress and accumulated cellular damage. This inefficiency means the body generates less energy from the same amount of food and oxygen, leaving individuals feeling sluggish. At the same time, hormone levels such as testosterone, estrogen, DHEA, and growth hormone begin to fall. These hormones are not only responsible for muscle maintenance and metabolism but also for the feeling of vitality and drive. Their decline contributes directly to low stamina and poor recovery from exertion. Another hidden factor is chronic low-grade inflammation, sometimes referred to as inflammaging. This systemic inflammation quietly interferes with sleep quality, digestion, and energy metabolism, further compounding fatigue. Sleep itself becomes more fragmented with age. The body produces less melatonin, leading to difficulty falling and staying asleep, and deep sleep cycles often become shorter or disappear entirely. Even when individuals spend 8 hours in bed, they often wake up feeling unrested because they are not getting sufficient restorative sleep. Circulatory health also plays a major role. Blood vessels tend to stiffen over time, reducing oxygen delivery to muscles and the brain. As a result, basic activities like walking or concentrating require more effort. Nutrient absorption declines as well, making it harder for the body to extract and use essential vitamins and minerals like magnesium, B12, and coenzyme Q10, nutrients crucial for energy production. All of these elements, cellular, hormonal, neurological, and vascular, interact to create a perfect storm of fatigue. What feels like just aging is in reality a combination of modifiable internal processes that are often overlooked. The good news is that these processes can be influenced with simple, consistent actions that restore cellular energy, balance hormones, improve sleep architecture, and support circulation. But the first step is recognizing that waking up tired isn't inevitable, it's a warning sign of an energy system out of balance. Feeling tired upon waking after the age of 60 is often blamed on aging, but the truth is more complex and revealing. Fatigue in the morning is not merely about growing older, it is the result of specific biological disruptions that occur silently in the body and are frequently misdiagnosed or overlooked. One of the most important yet underappreciated factors is blood sugar instability throughout the night. As people age, insulin sensitivity decreases, and if meals are high in refined carbohydrates or eaten too late, blood sugar can crash during the night. This triggers a release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which disturb sleep cycles and prevent the body from entering deep, restorative stages of rest. When this happens, people often wake up groggy even after a full night's sleep. Another major contributor is poor sleep architecture. With age, the production of melatonin declines and disruptions in circadian rhythm become more common, especially when artificial light exposure in the evening or irregular sleep patterns are present. The brain spends less time in deep non-REM and REM sleep, both essential for physical repair and mental clarity. This results in what is known as sleep fragmentation, frequent micro-awakenings throughout the night that interrupt rest without the sleeper even realizing it. Additionally, thyroid function naturally declines over time, even if blood tests show results within normal range. Subclinical hypothyroidism, where levels are borderline low, can still produce noticeable symptoms like lethargy, cold intolerance, and difficulty waking up. Low thyroid output slows the metabolism and can delay the cortisol surge that's supposed to energize the body in the morning. Another overlooked system is the glymphatic system, which clears waste from the brain during deep sleep. As this system becomes less efficient with age, brain fog and morning fatigue can increase. Chronic inflammation and oxidative stress interfere with neurotransmitter balance and mitochondrial function, reducing both mental clarity and energy. Finally, environmental factors such as dehydration, lack of morning sunlight exposure, and even air quality in the bedroom can play a role. Dehydration reduces blood volume and increases perceived fatigue, while poor air quality can reduce oxygen intake during sleep. Taken together, these hidden drivers explain why so many people wake up tired not because of age itself, but because of correctable imbalances and overlooked lifestyle factors that silently steal energy overnight. The body's ability to feel energized in the morning is largely determined by how quickly it transitions from a resting to an active state. For individuals over 60, this transition often becomes sluggish due to slower circulation, hormonal shifts, and reduced mitochondrial activity. However, a simple 30-second morning reset has shown remarkable benefits in jump-starting energy and focus almost instantly upon waking. This reset is not a supplement or a complicated routine, but a deliberate physical and neurological trigger that sends a signal to the body that it's time to activate. It begins with deep diaphragmatic breathing performed while still seated on the edge of the bed. 3 to 5 slow, deep breaths through the nose while engaging the belly activates the parasympathetic nervous system, helping to oxygenate tissues and balance stress hormones that spiked during the night. This alone can reduce grogginess significantly. Next is a brief movement sequence designed to stimulate blood flow to the brain and joints. It involves a combination of neck rolls, shoulder circles, and ankle pumps. These small but targeted movements re-engage the musculoskeletal system, lubricate stiff joints, and gently raise the heart rate without strain. The purpose isn't to burn calories but to signal to the body that the sleep state is over. This mild increase in circulation also enhances delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the brain, sharpening alertness. The final component is exposure to natural or artificial bright light. This step is crucial because it resets the circadian rhythm by halting melatonin production and triggering the release of cortisol, the hormone responsible for morning energy. Even on cloudy days, looking out a window or using a daylight spectrum lamp for 30 seconds can recalibrate the internal clock and improve alertness for the entire day. Combined, these three actions, deep breathing, micro-movement, and light exposure, form the 30-second reset. When practiced consistently, especially within the first few minutes after waking, they help the body re-establish a healthy cortisol rhythm, improve blood flow, and counteract the sluggishness that comes with age. Many individuals report improvements in morning clarity, reduced stiffness, and a faster return to feeling like themselves. Over time, this reset becomes a habit that strengthens the mind-body connection and reclaims energy without medication or stimulants. Across communities and age groups, countless individuals over 60 have reported a noticeable transformation in their energy levels after incorporating the 30-second morning reset into their daily routine. These real-world experiences serve as a powerful reminder that age does not have to mean decline. Many retirees who once believed that persistent fatigue was simply part of getting older now express amazement at how a brief, intentional morning ritual shifted their entire day. People who previously relied on several cups of coffee or long rest periods to function are now waking up with greater mental clarity and physical motivation. Their mornings no longer begin with a sense of dread but rather with a renewed sense of control and possibility. Some individuals who had been battling chronic sleep inertia, where waking up felt like dragging through mud, reported that within 1 week of starting the reset, they felt lighter, more balanced, and significantly more present in the mornings. Former athletes now in their 60s and 70s shared that their morning stiffness became less pronounced, and their morning walks or light stretches felt easier and more effective. A few even returned to hobbies they had abandoned due to low energy, such as gardening, painting, or early morning volunteer work, all because they felt reconnected with their body's natural rhythm. Those who had previously been diagnosed with mild hypertension or elevated stress levels noted improvements in their blood pressure readings and mood stability after committing to the reset. They described not only physical improvements but also psychological shifts, such as feeling more hopeful and less overwhelmed by daily routines. Partners and caregivers often noticed changes too, observing their loved ones becoming more alert, communicative, and emotionally responsive during the early hours of the day. What is most striking about these stories is their consistency. Regardless of background, lifestyle, or health status, the same core change repeated itself. Waking up tired no longer felt inevitable. These testimonials offer more than anecdotal encouragement. They reflect a quiet revolution in how aging individuals can reclaim vitality through something as simple and accessible as 30 seconds of focused movement and awareness. Each story becomes a beacon for others who may feel trapped by fatigue, showing that transformation doesn't require expensive programs or complicated solutions. Sometimes, it just takes a few moments of intention at the start of each day. Emerging research in sleep medicine and gerontology has begun to shed light on why older adults often wake up feeling fatigued and how simple interventions can dramatically change this. Scientists have found that as people age, the body's production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep-wake cycles, gradually decreases. This shift often leads to lighter, fragmented sleep and earlier wake times, contributing to a sense of exhaustion in the morning. However, studies show that gentle movement and breath-focused practices shortly after waking can help resynchronize circadian rhythms, stimulate circulation, and signal the body to transition out of sleep more efficiently. One key finding involves the role of cortisol, the hormone that helps the body feel alert and awake in the morning. In healthy individuals, cortisol levels naturally spike shortly after waking in a process called the cortisol awakening response, CAR. In many older adults, this response is diminished or delayed, leading to grogginess and mental fog. Researchers have observed that light physical activity combined with deep, rhythmic breathing can stimulate the adrenal glands and gently nudge cortisol levels to rise more predictably, supporting a smoother and more energetic start to the day. Neuroscience also supports the impact of morning movement on brain function. A study from the University of Sydney found that brief morning exercises improved executive function and short-term memory in older participants. These changes were measurable after only 1 week of consistent application, suggesting that even short routines can produce rapid benefits. Brain imaging showed increased blood flow to the prefrontal cortex, an area associated with focus and decision-making, directly after these sessions. From a cardiovascular perspective, light movement increases circulation, oxygen delivery, and lymphatic flow, all of which tend to be slower in older adults after extended periods of rest. This circulation boost helps flush out metabolic waste that accumulates overnight and delivers fresh oxygen and nutrients to muscles and brain tissue. Scientists also point to the vagus nerve's involvement, stimulated through breath and gentle motion, as a way to improve mood and parasympathetic tone, allowing the body to transition out of rest mode with less physiological resistance. Clinical evidence aligns with these findings. Trials involving low-impact morning mobility exercises show reductions in blood pressure, improved energy markers, and elevated mood among older adults. Importantly, these benefits were most pronounced in individuals who previously reported waking fatigue or low vitality. Together, the body of research provides a compelling argument that a structured, brief, and consistent morning reset routine is not merely a wellness trend, it is a science-backed method for enhancing the quality of life and energy levels in aging populations. For individuals over 60 who often wake up feeling tired, building a consistent morning routine that energizes the body and mind begins with simplicity and structure. Experts emphasize that the key to long-term success lies in creating a habit that feels natural rather than forced. Starting with a basic 30-second reset, a light movement combined with slow, deep breathing, can make a significant impact without requiring drastic lifestyle changes. It begins by choosing a specific trigger, such as the moment one stands up from bed, to anchor the new behavior in an existing routine. This cue serves as a gentle reminder and helps the brain associate the act with waking. To make the practice sustainable, the chosen routine should be as easy and accessible as possible. That means no special equipment, no complicated techniques, and no major time commitment. A simple standing stretch, shoulder roll, or controlled torso twist paired with nasal inhalation and exhalation activates the nervous system while keeping the body relaxed. This combination sends signals to the brain that it's time to transition into alertness. Over time, the body begins to expect this pattern, reinforcing a smoother, more natural start to the day. Creating consistency is easier when the routine is enjoyable. Experts suggest finding a calming environment near a window or in natural light to perform the reset, which reinforces circadian alignment and improves mood. Some individuals find that playing soft background music or keeping a small note of encouragement nearby helps set the tone positively. Tracking progress on a calendar or in a simple journal, just a checkmark each morning, can also increase adherence by providing visual feedback and reinforcing motivation. Another powerful strategy is habit stacking, where the morning reset is paired with another regular activity such as brushing teeth or making tea. This technique leverages existing habits to add momentum to the new one. Even better, when the routine is associated with a positive physical response, like feeling more awake, experiencing less stiffness, or being in a better mood, it becomes self-reinforcing. People are more likely to continue doing what brings them immediate, tangible results. As the practice becomes a natural part of the morning, many older adults choose to gradually expand it. What starts as a 30-second breath and movement ritual may evolve into a 2-minute routine that includes joint rotations, hydration, or mindfulness. The important thing is that the foundation stays light, simple, and rewarding. With time, the body and mind come to depend on this quiet but effective morning ritual. It no longer feels like a chore but rather a gift of energy and clarity that one offers themselves daily. This sustainable approach ensures that the benefits don't fade after a few days but continue to grow with each passing morning. As individuals move through their 60s and beyond, maintaining energy and vitality becomes more than just a matter of willpower, it becomes a reflection of small, consistent choices made each day. The chronic fatigue so many experience upon waking is not always an inevitable part of aging but often the result of overlooked patterns in lifestyle, sleep quality, and morning behavior. Understanding the root causes of this tiredness and addressing them through a simple, repeatable strategy can create profound changes in how a person feels throughout the day. The 30-second morning reset is not a magic bullet, but it represents a powerful shift in thinking. Rather than accepting low energy as the norm, it encourages proactive engagement with the body's own systems. This gentle movement combined with intentional breathing activates both physical circulation and neurological wakefulness. With regular practice, it primes the body to transition more smoothly from sleep to alertness, reducing grogginess and improving focus in the early hours. What matters most is not perfection but consistency. Making the reset a natural part of one's morning, even on the most tired days, sends a message of self-care and intention. Over time, this builds a sense of momentum, confidence, and empowerment. It's not just about fighting fatigue, it's about choosing to start each day with clarity, control, and purpose. Countless individuals have already seen real improvements in their energy levels, mood, and outlook by embracing this simple shift. It serves as a reminder that health transformation doesn't always require major interventions. Sometimes, it begins with 1 minute of presence, movement, and breath. For anyone over 60 who feels tired upon waking, this is not the end of their energy story, it's just the beginning of a new, more vibrant chapter.